It's time for Coffee with the Chicken Ladies, a podcast for people who love chickens.
Hey everybody, and welcome. It's Chrisie&Holly from Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. We're here, and this is episode number 233 of our podcast, where we talk about everything chicken, family, fun, and
more chickens.
More chickens. We drink a ton of coffee. I'm talking a ton. But most importantly,
we hug chickens every day.
And we kiss them too. Don't forget. We brew coffee from a little coffee roaster in Houston, Texas. Bright and early coffee. Holly Ann, what kind of coffee are we brewing today?
Today is some delicious native pecan.
We love that native pecan, and you are missing out if you're not drinking it. Where can everybody go to get this delicious coffee?
brightandearlycoffee.com.
And use the code CWTCL15 for 15% off a bagged coffee. If you like K-Cups, go over to Amazon and follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Are you ready to sip some of this delicious pecan coffee and chat?
I am. But first, a word from our sponsor.
We have some exciting news to share from our sponsor, Grubbly Farms. They're here, new and improved, Grubbly's World Harvest.
I'm a longtime subscriber, and my flock love the healthy, nutritious treats, plus orders $40 and more ship free.
If you haven't heard, Grubbly's has a fantastic layer pellet and crumble feed. It's packed with plant and insect protein, perfect for those picky chickens and ducks.
Grubbly Farms makes food and treats for healthy pets and planet.
To support us and Grubbly Farms, use the link grubbly.co/coffee. Try it today. Well, here we are. We're getting closer to our UK trip. Man.
I know. We're getting close fast, like 20 days from now. 3 weeks.
I know. We're going to be working our little tails off between all the farm chores and recording to get everybody so that you have some shows that are new on the Tuesdays that we're not going to be here. We're going to be doing our pre-recording, which we always do, but just to ensure that we have them ready.
We're going to, our episodes are not going to be as timely, as in we're not going to be talking about anything current because we're going to have to record them a couple weeks ahead of time, but they will be new content. We will not leave you hanging. We will not hit you with the archives. You guys know we don't do that to you.
No. I mean, it's hard to believe. This November is going to be 5 years for us running the show.
A full 5 years going into our 6th year.
Wow. We've been talking to you guys every week for almost 5 years. Time flies when you're having fun. We love all you listeners out there, and we love the fact that you love listening to us. We've been in training for this our whole lives, talking on the phone.
I'm not a phone talker, which I think that is a testament to the power of gab that you possess. Because I am not a phone talker. You know this. I'm not. I would walk a mile out of the way to avoid calling someone on the phone, and that is not a joke.
I love it when you're texting and then I decide, the hell with this, I'm calling you, and you're like I was typing, and I'm like, I don't care. I want to know now. I don't want to wait for you to type it out.
Oh, I had some juicy dirt for you, and you were like, girl, spill the tea. I'm trying to type, and the phone starts to buzz. Speaking of tea and things, did I ever show this mug to you? This is my circa 1970 stoneware goose mug.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one. That's cute. That's really cute. I like the shape of it.
I love the shape of it. And it's like that. It's 12
like
ounces.
It's an apple bottom with a little top, like the skinnier
apple
top.
Bottom geese. Boots with the fur.
All the chickens are loving today because there is no rain. I get it. We need rain, but
we didn't need that much rain. I went to TSC this morning and I bought big bales of the coarse shavings to put in my big layer runs because it is disgusting.
It is. Well, on Easter, you had a big storm. And then this Saturday that just passed, we had a big storm here in which we lost a big tree next to our driveway and one of our crabapple trees that you love so much.
Man.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I bought a crabapple this spring.
we still have like one more crabapple.
But we were down one, so I filled in that gap.
I need to plant more fruit trees going on out there and do my springtime marigolds and everything for the chickens. That's going to be coming up soon.
Yep, it is that time.
It's that time of the year. And on that note, if you're listening to our show and you're loving it, head on over to Apple Podcast and leave us a written review. It does amazing things for the growth of our show. We love to read them. It makes us smile. It makes us laugh. Hey, it just makes us happy. And while you're there, hit that subscribe button because it's a free way to support our show. You never miss any fun, and they count them.
If you're looking for other ways to help support the podcast, you can tell a few chicken, goose, or duck-loving friends about us. You can share your favorite episodes on social media. You can become a patron of the show, patreon.com/coffeewiththechickenladies. Thank you to our patrons. We love you, and thank you for your support. The other thing you can do to help support the podcast is visit our website and our show notes, use our affiliate links and discount codes, and buy products from our sponsors.
Yay!
So, winter is coming.
It's better when Sean Bean says it.
Can you stay on topic for just a minute?
What topic?
Winter. Well, chickens, obviously, and igloo coops from Omelette.
Oh, yeah. You gotta have an igloo for winter.
If you don't know igloos, they're engineered for extremes. Double insulated, waterproof, and stormproof.
They keep out any weather and all predators.
And you can just wipe them clean.
My girls and little man are so comfy in their Igloo Pro.
Mine too. Warm and dry all year round.
Winter is coming.
Be ready with an igloo.
Search Omelette. That's OMLET.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Do you like monthly subscriptions?
Does it have anything to do with chickens?
Of course.
Then yeah. Let us take a minute to tell you about Chicken Love.
You get a monthly Chicken Lady tea, treats for your flock, and a keeper care card.
And did you know with every multi-month subscription, you get a free Chicken Love logo t-shirt?
Really?
Yeah.
It's $36 a month with free shipping.
What are you waiting for? Get off the nest and click already. That's chickenlove.com. That's chickenluv.com. Get your subscription today.
The Breed Spotlight is brought to you by Murray McMurray Hatchery, defining quality for generations. For over a century, Murray McMurray Hatchery has remained a trusted family-owned business, working tirelessly to ensure our poultry meet the highest standards.
Whether you are an experienced enthusiast or just embarking on the journey, look to McMurray Hatchery for guaranteed quality, rare and heritage breeds, low minimums, and all the supplies you need to raise your flock. Request a free catalog today. I love my chocolates from Belgium. I love my chocolates from Belgium. And I'm trying to talk Holly into going on the Eurostar.
Yeah.
To go to Brussels to get the Belgium chocolate and see the Breed Spotlight chicken that is the Duclay. Oh, yeah.
You do some really interesting things with rhythm, I have to tell you. I'm not sure how a musician would write that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't already guessed, we are doing a Belgian breed this week. In fact, probably one of the most popular Belgian breeds, the Duclay Bantam.
Sometimes better known as the Duckle.
The Duckle. And a lot of people, especially old timers, will just call these little cuties Millies.
Yeah, the Millie.
Because the Millie floor pattern is so popular.
Oh, yeah. They're cuties. They are.
I mean, we got Rambo.
Cute. Oh, Rambo's cute, but feisty, man.
Yeah, he's, well, compared with Giorgio Armani, the Leghorn, Rambo's a little sweetheart. I
was going to say, which one's worse, Rambo or Giorgio?
Oh, Armani loses his mind. So before we get into this very quickly, both of our boys from last year are really getting the spring hormones. And Giorgio Armani, who's my silver Leghorn, he doesn't attack me, but he loses. When I bring my feed into the runs, I do it in Ziploc bags. That's what I've always done. It's just easy for me. I reuse them, blah, blah, blah. He hates the bag. He loses his mind. He tries to spur the bag. And the other day, he did not spur the bag. He spurred me in the shin.
Not
and
good.
It was bad. So compared to him, little Rambo, the Millie Floor, is the sweetest thing on earth. He's like a little piece of pie, a cupcake.
Meanwhile, he's got you in the face before. Rambo has got you.
Right. He bit me in the face. Look, we're not saying everyone should be keeping their roosters if they attack them and try to kill them. But I am a very experienced chicken keeper, and I do not take it personally when I get bitten.
It's so weird because as soon as you said that, I just cracked up laughing, right? It's a sign that we are best friends forever because
You can laugh at me getting bitten in the face by a rooster.
I would laugh, but then I did say, are you okay? That's horrible. But I did laugh. I'm like, oh my God.
I laugh too. So, yes, Rambo is absolutely, though, you have to admit, he's one of the cutest chickens ever.
He's so cute. And Pete is very cute the way he's like protective of him.
Oh,
so
Pete loves his boy. That's
he
his
does
boy.
love him. I mean, he climbed a tree and took him down. So yeah, they have that bond that's unbreakable.
They do.
Little man's over here protecting every darn egg in the box. And the other day I opened up the nest box and I was like, oh, it's right there. It's so
gotta get it.
And he was staring at me from the other side of the nest box.
It's like a standoff. Who can get to it first? Like a shootout.
I mean, I put my hand in there so fast, but he came, like he lunged. I was like, oh, woo, I got it. It was like winning a race. Like,
Little man get feisty.
only over the eggs. Like, I'll still take them out and cuddle them and everything else. But you try to get those little eggs, he's like, oh, those are from my ladies. I don't think so.
Don't touch my eggs and my babies. Rambo doesn't have any reason because Rambo doesn't have any girls. So he's just spicy. So sometimes called the Belgian Bearded du Clay or the Barbu du Clay. That's another other names you'll find them under. And Barbu just means beard.
Right. They are known for that beard.
They are, and it's so stinking cute. Now, they're not the same as the Booted Bantam, which is an English breed, because both breeds look very similar. They're both true Bantam, small size, and they both have feathered legs and feet. But the Booted Bantams don't have the beard and muff, and the du Clay, that's what makes them so freaking adorable.
Oh, yeah. Well, that would be nice if they came with their own little box of Belgian chocolates with them.
Here, ma'am, would you like a du Clay chicken and some Belgian chocolates? The du Clay is a true Bantam breed, as we said, no large breed counterpart. The roosters have that high-pitched Bantam crow that just makes us laugh. Every morning, we'll be on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
And my Bantams are going off, and we're laughing over it.
It's always a crowing contest between Little Man and your Bantams.
Yeah.
Little Man is like, they feed off of each other because, heck, we never talk with the phone to our ears. It's always on speaker. In fact, yours is usually in your bra. So, hey.
Why are you telling people where I carry my phone? That's my hands-free device. My bra's my hands-free device.
Oh, man.
Well, the du Clay was developed in the town of Uccle, just outside of Brussels, Belgium, around the year 1900. This is why you were singing that you want me to take the Eurostar with you from London to Brussels.
It's only 2 hours. It's only 2 hours.
Look, man, we'll talk about it. I wouldn't be sad to see Brussels for a quick trip.
I would love to hobble around Brussels for 2
We can get there and hire a wheelbarrow and take turns wheeling each other. Now, the town of Uccle is a prosperous area, a really nice area. And it was home to a man named Michael van Gelder, who was a wealthy businessman. He is credited with developing the breed, most likely using other Dutch booted and bearded bantams as foundation breeds, as you would, right?
Exactly.
The Belgian du Clay, we say du Clay in America, but I think it is more correctly pronounced du Clay.
Well, you are American, so maybe you should just say du Clay.
I said it. Look, man, you know how I am about pronunciation. I will go, yeah. The Belgian
It's like croissant. I used to just say croissant.
Croissant.
I saw a commercial the other day that was like, the people were like, after you've been to France, you're like, croissant.
It's croissant.
I was like, nah, Holly, she says it like that.
I said, well, I am French for one thing. I respect the French language. Number two.
And after we go to Paris, you're really going to be like,
croissant, croissant, s'il vous plaît. I can't remember how to say two in French, but two croissants, s'il vous plaît.
I feel like, has Holly turned into a French person overnight?
Okay, we're all settled down now. Bitten by the travel bug. So the Belgian du Clay Club notes that it's possible that there were some Asian bantams used in there as well. This also makes perfect sense. I mean, there's a limited number of true bantams to use to develop this bird. Because he was wealthy, Van Gelder had the time and the resources to travel wildly and procure all the birds that he wanted for his foundation stock.
He had the moolah.
The moolah. He was not taking the Eurostar, but he could get around in other ways.
Oh, man.
The millefleur, the beloved millefleur, was the first color variety to arrive in the U.S. via Germany and was accepted in the American Poultry Association Standard of Perfection in 1914. They also appear in the American Bantam Association Standard, as they would, right?
They should.
These are popular show chickens, and they were very, very popular with fancy chicken ladies back in the day.
They have a lot of things that the fancy chicken lady would want.
They do.
I mean, the color schemes, the feathered feet.
The colors and the patterns and their little teeny squeaky voices and all that stuff. Right.
Right.
The APA recognizes several colors, including the porcelain, which is a pale blue with white-tipped feathers, and they accepted that in 1965.
The black.
The white, which is accepted in 1981.
And the golden neck.
The mottled.
And self blue, all in 1996.
That's a lot of really nice colors.
Beautiful colors. I mean, who wouldn't want these little beauties in your flock?
Now hold on to your chair, because they also appear in the American Bantam Association Standard in these colors. The black.
The blue.
Buff.
Golden neck.
Gray.
The millefleur.
Mottled.
The porcelain.
The self blue.
And the white.
Now, the Belgian Duclay and Booted Bantam Club notes that they're also seeing non-accepted colors, including the quail,
the brown red,
the butterscotch,
the blue millefleur,
the buff Colombian,
the Colombian,
the red,
the blue-red,
the blue-red mottled,
the blue mottled,
and the silver millefleur. Now, if you can't find a color in there that you like, then I don't even know what to tell you.
There's so many choices that sometimes this can paralyze people in picking because there's so many really excellent choices.
Well, at the end of this breed spotlight, we're going to talk about one more color. So
let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so the Duclay, they are Bantam. So, of course, they're going to be little, small, tiny birds. They're bearded, they're muffed, they're heavily feathered legs and feet, including those vulture hawks. So they're going to have really strong feathers coming out there, right?
Yeah.
These are the large, stiff feathers that come out from the thigh area and add to the overall very feathery leg look. Plus, they help protect those legs even more from elements and whatever else. They're so tiny and close to the ground, it helps them. But they also got to keep them clean.
I think it makes them look a little bigger than they really are, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely. Now, they have a wide tail that is carried high. Like a lot of the other spotted or speckled birds, you need to give them the millies, the porcelains, and the mottled a year or so for their spots to really begin to show up, because those feathers, it takes a while. Like the Houdans, it takes a while for them to come in, go out, all the different feather patterns.
It's the same as the Jubilee Orpingtons, the speckled Sussex, and the Swedish flowers. Every year they get more spangles or spots, right?
Right. It's almost like every year after they molt, you get a different looking chicken. You have a different chicken. You're like, wait, you look different than last year.
Yep.
So it's always good to take pictures of them in every step, every year, so that you can kind of know how they're going.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives them a little difference there between everybody else. Now, small straight combs, small wattles, almost no wattles on females. Okay, so they're known for cold areas, but they're little. They're still going to need that protection. So females are weighing about 22 ounces. That's under 2 pounds.
That's a 1 pound, 6 ounces, I think.
Yeah. So while the males are coming in around 26 ounces.
1 pound, 10 ounces, both of them under 2 pounds.
Under 2 pounds. And they're known as friendly and gentle chickens.
One of the things I love most about them is that they have bright eyes and these curious facial expressions.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just always watching everything. And I think that they are all around active and alert and just a pleasure to have in your flock. They're just the best little birds.
I want to do this. I want to get a little mini Barbie machine gun and put it around Rambo.
Why are you doing that to my bird?
And have him walk back and forth in his run. Just be able to take some video. I don't know why.
He loves to fly up on top of his omelet coop, so that would be perfect. Like he gets up there.
Oh yeah. Every time I've seen him in there, he has like his own little like obstacle course with like the stepping stones. And he always gets up and he's always looking around like, yes, I'm here. But I really believe that he needs one of those Barbie machine guns around him.
Look, you find one and I'll let you do a photo shoot. How about that?
I'm not putting it on, you are.
Pete, we have a job for you.
Can you get the gloves and not the dish ones, please?
Oh my God. Now, one thing about the Duclay, and this is with most of the Bantams, they don't lay a lot of eggs.
No. How many eggs are they laying? You tell me.
It's about 100 a year, so maybe about 2 a week during the laying season, and they're small cream-colored eggs.
Wow. That's not that many. I mean, some of the Bantams really will lay more than that.
The
And
Nantins, for instance, are
right.
pretty good layers.
And they're pretty big eggs.
Yes.
So that is not a good number, but the overall cuteness, the overall pet ability of this chicken is going to overtake that egg number. And if you have already good egg layers in your flock, sometimes you want chickens that are just, I call it the pet ability factor. You want them for pets.
Fancy farm chickens, absolutely. Bantams still give you some food. They're still giving you some food. There are still things they can do because these guys, even though they're fancy, they do still like to scratch and forage and do all the chicken things.
And those little Bantam eggs, we have multiple recipes out there for sliders and different things like that, where you can use those little small eggs for some other good appetizers and different things like that.
Yeah.
So it's definitely the way to go.
They look really cute. If you make a niçoise salad or a composed salad, it looks really cute if you have halved Bantam eggs on there.
Even if you did like deviled eggs for a party, like minis.
I did when Pete and I had our first Christmas Eve here when we bought the house, I did deviled quail eggs.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
those are tiny.
They're tiny. That was fun. It was really neat. Yeah.
They always say, like, if you eat deviled eggs, you eat like a dozen. Meanwhile, if you make yourself some scrambled eggs, like you make 3.
Yeah.
But when you're eating deviled eggs, you're just like, I could eat 24 deviled eggs.
No, deviled eggs go down quick and easy. I don't know what that is.
It's bad.
So we've established that these chickens are not a utility breed. They were created by Michael Van Gilder as show birds and for pleasure and beauty, as you said, the pet ability, pets and companions. They're not exactly dual purpose birds, though I'm sure that some people might do that anyway. You got like a single serving there if you're doing that.
To each your own. I mean, but yeah, they're tiny. They're under 2 pounds. They're very small. So I think where it comes in more is the companion, the pet, the show factor for these birds. They're so unusual looking, just sweet.
They'll be game to dig in your compost pile, but they're not going to be able to turn over a whole lot of it for you. I mean, compared to all the rest of my roosters, Rambo is not a big digger.
Yeah.
He does a little bit, but not.
That reminds me, this morning on our social, I put a slow motion video up of Spicy turning some dirt over in the garden.
Oh, yeah. Spicy's good in the garden.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the other thing about the Duclay is that they are cold hardy-ish. And the reason we're saying they're cold hardy-ish is because they're heavily feathered, small combs and wattles and all that stuff, but they still weigh less than 2 pounds.
Right. So that's what I was saying before. They're going to need the heaters. Any Bantam is going to need a panel heater in the winter. So just know if you get them, you need to make those provisions. So in the summer, you are just going to have to watch them the same.
Because they are heavily feathered. Right.
Do all the things that you do for all the chickens. Okay, now here's the part where we ask, where do you get them? Yeah.
Our friends at McMurray Hatchery have the beautiful Millie Floor. They have the porcelain, which I would love at some point. I think the porcelains are stunning. And now they have Duclays in lavender.
Ooh. I know.
Lavender. Yeah.
I remember Ginger was telling us that. And we were both like, ooh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
So if you're looking to get into showing, check out the Belgian Duclay and Booted Bantam Club website. They have a breeders list and some other really good stuff on there.
And here's the part where I tell you, share pictures of your Duclays in our stories or put your story up and mention us. Hit the button that says mention, put our name in. It comes directly to our messages. And I love resharing. It's catching on a little bit now. I'm loving to see your stories. I put some barred rocks up today on our stories that people are sharing with us. So share those stories. We love to see them. We love it.
Lots of fun to see everyone's birds. It's great.
Yes, definitely.
Are you ready to dive into the fascinating world of backyard ducks? Look no further than Metzer Farms, your premier destination for top quality waterfowl. Whether you're a seasoned breeder or just starting out, Metzer Farms has everything you need to elevate your flock to the next level. And if you're passionate about call ducks, you're in for a treat.
Metzer Farms hatches a stunning variety of call ducks, meticulously bred for their miniature size, beauty, and calm temperament. From snowy whites to vibrant colors, each duck is a masterpiece waiting to grace your backyard. Visit MetzerFarms.com today to browse their extensive selection and start your journey into the wonderful world of waterfowl. Metzer Farms, where passion meets perfection.
If you're looking for a chicken coop that's produced in a planet-friendly, sustainable way, try Nestera.
Each coop is made from highly durable, 100% recycled plastic that keeps the equivalent of up to 2,000 shampoo bottles out of a landfill.
Their clean, modern design will fit into any garden or run area and comes with an industry-beating 25-year warranty and a range of handy accessories.
Simple to put together, so quick and easy to clean, and most importantly, red mite resistant. Your chickens will love it.
Quick shipping from Nestera US.
For a 5% discount, use the affiliate link in our show notes, on our website, and on Instagram. Link in bio. Check them out today. Okay, so are we ready to move on to main topic? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this week's main topic, you got us. We're the guest. Welcome, Holly.
Welcome, Chrissy. It's great to see you.
Great to see you. What are we going to be talking about today?
We're discussing, does keeping chickens save you money on eggs?
That's a lot to talk about.
It is. So, I mean, we can't get too deeply in it. We're just going to be talking about like the question itself. Our answer is kind of tempered. There's no hard yes or no here. And the reason for that is that if you're playing the long game with chickens, down the line, you might actually save money on eggs, depending on a bunch of things.
Yeah, exactly. But if you feel like you want to start with chickens due to the economy and due to avian flu and different, but you want to do it to bridge a gap between when maybe those things become better, it may not be for you. And I'm not saying that for just to be any way about it, but it just to be straightforward, because to make it worth your while, you have to be in it for the long game. If you're not in it for the long game, you're not going to recoup.
If you've had chickens in the past and you have all the equipment, you have a coop and a run, or you can build something, or you know, refurbish something on the cheap, you might skate in there pretty well. But look at it this way. Let's say eggs are $10 a dozen and you buy a dozen eggs a week. That means you're spending $520 a year on eggs.
Right.
By the time you've paid for a setup and feed and everything else, I don't think you're going to keep that under $520.
I believe that to be true also, because, I mean, you could say, oh, well, I have extra wood laying around. I'm going to recycle it. I'm going to build this. I'm going to do this. If those are your factors, fine. But a lot of coops, you want to be careful with when buying a coop, because you want it to be strong. And if you spend 100, 200, 300 on a coop, you're going to be replacing it after 1 year. There's going to be drafts. There's going to be water coming in. All those things. So you're going to have to put out a little bit more, or put a little bit more into your materials that you're using to make your coop to make it strong.
If your budget is under $500, let's say you're looking to buy something around the $350 range. There are two actually decent options. The first is the omelet go up.
Right.
Now that is only for the coop itself. So you'd either have to get one of the omelet attached runs or the walk-in run, which was going to blow your whole budget twice over. Or you can go to someplace like TSC or My Pet Chicken, and they sell these online coops that are flat pack kits.
Right.
They're not hard to put together. They are often very drafty and have issues. Pete and I had one for Casper and Honeysuckle for a year or two.
Oh, I think that coop only lasts you a year, if that. Well, I remember that coop.
The wood was so thin, it was like balsa wood, and the hardware was like, Pete called it dollhouse hardware.
Yeah.
So we ended up putting it out for bulk pickup. We got another omelet to put in there. And we put it out there, and I was out feeding the sheep, and someone stopped and they said, ma'am, can we take this? And they wanted the coop. And I said, it's got a lot of rotten parts from the wood, from the rain. And they said, oh no, we'll just rebuild. I said, all yours, have at it.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, you might skate in, but most people are not coming in with that situation.
Right. And then when you look at your hardware cloth, your fencing, everything that you're going to have to use to build a run or buy a sturdy run,
right,
that's prefab that you have to put together, you're coming into a lot of money. There's no other way to say it. I would love to say, hey, everybody, go do this right now. And if your budget allows, do it. And if you're in it for the long game, do it. If you're in it because you love chickens, you've always wanted chickens, and you've been looking for the right time to do it, this is the right time if you want to start.
Right.
But know that your upfront costs are going to be a lot more than you even think.
Right. Because if you start with point of lay hens, one, you're going to pay more for them. If you start with chicks, you need all the brooder supplies, you need all those things, and you're going to be feeding those chicks for 6 to 9 months before they start laying.
Right. And the brooder setup itself, even when I started, I got the 80-gallon Rubbermaid, and I think I paid $80 for that to start off. So your heat sources for your chicks, you need those for the brooder. You're going to need your feed. Like you said, you're going to feed them for 6 to 9 months before you get an egg. All those costs along with your setup, it's going to be costly.
I would say to someone who thinks they want to get started with chickens and they want to try to keep their costs down and they want to try to save money on buying eggs, I would say to them, look, buy yourself an omelet go up, get the attached run, and get maybe 3 hens or 3 chicks. Because you really don't want to pack a ton of hens into that coop. For one thing, it's a very small coop.
I think that's an excellent idea. Excellent.
It's not just because it's a cost-effective way to give it a try, but also because it's sturdy, well-built, and it's easy to put together for almost everyone who could possibly want chickens.
Here's the thing.
It's accessible.
Right. So you get the omelet go up, you get the run that attaches to it. It's all in one system. You get 3 hens, you get the brooder stuff. You're going to keep your costs down at that point, and you start small. This is my thing to everyone. Don't start with the 50 chickens. Start with the 3 and see if it's something that you like to do.
Right.
They're chores every day. Just see if it's something for you. And then as you go, then if you love it, which you're going to, then you build something larger at that point and you use your omelet go up as your chicken hospital because it's an excellent thing for that. Or for your chick integration, that coop and run you can use for anything.
You could use it for a broody run if you have a hen that you want to let hatch eggs. Because it's low to the ground, you could have a couple of ducks in it.
Right.
The other thing, if you wanted to get out of chickens, you can sell that omelet rig very easily.
You could, but why would you? Because everyone needs a hospital. So if that's what you want to do, that's a perfect situation of starting. And 3 chickens for a family of 4, 5, 6, 7 is going to be giving you plenty of eggs to cook with. Plenty.
Yeah, they should probably, especially in the first year, if you get a breed that lays reasonably well, if you get a Rhode Island Red or an Australorp, they're going to give you about a dozen eggs a week. And if that's what you're used to buying, there you go. But remember, if you want to feed quality feed, you're looking at about $20 for a bag of feed.
Right.
Now, with only 3 hens, it's going to last you a lot longer.
Right. You're going to need bedding. You're going to need some substrate. Those costs aren't that big, so those are pretty manageable. If you do like we're saying and start with the omelet go up and the run, you're not going to have maintenance the next year. If you go with something that is prefab and you're going to either have to buy another coop that is after the winter, it's going to beat the living tar out of it, or you're going to have to do a lot of repairs on drafts so that you don't have water coming in, so you don't have drafts coming in.
Talk to Fiona and Hugh Osborne over there at English Country Life, and they will tell you that they are staying with plastic coops because the warranties are great and there's no maintenance.
Right. And
other than just squirting it off to clean it. Exactly.
Right. And the omelet, you can get the run that attaches right to it. So it's all in one.
Right.
To start off with for your first year.
You can, if you're just starting out, you obviously can just have a coop and let your birds out during the day, but predators are going to get them. That is not an if, it is a when.
Yeah.
And that's one of the biggest reasons people get out of chickens. They're so discouraged by losing birds to predators.
It's hard, especially if you work so hard to raise the chickens. You love the chickens, and then they just get picked off constantly. It discourages you, and kids don't like to see that. Kids get turned off by that. So, you want to do something where it's going to keep them safe, keep them well.
if you're getting your birds for food security, then it's in your best interest to keep them alive anyway.
Right.
Like bare minimum, if they're helping your food security. So we just want to, because we love the chicken so much. If you're on the fence about getting chickens, right? What are some of the other reasons besides trying to keep costs down to keep chickens? I mean, if you, at the end of the day, actually lose money keeping chickens, what do you gain?
Right, exactly. Companionship's number one. You're going to gain, it's a petability factor. I'm really saying this word a lot today, but
Petability.
yeah, I mean, they're pets. So, you're going to be taking care of them. What do you gain? You gain the experience. You gain teaching your children if you take care of an animal.
And that's a big thing. Right. Giving children that connection with agriculture that so many don't have. For me, besides the companionship and the gorgeous chickens, I think it is a healthy food source.
Oh, yeah. The eggs, they're always number one. I mean, but there's so many other reasons. Like, if you ask us, should I get chickens? We did an episode with Fiona a while back of pros and cons. There's so many more pros.
There's so many.
But
so many.
One of the cons is that it can be costly. And that's why you have to think about it. If you're doing it to save money on eggs, that might be one of the reasons, that might be a red flag for you, because that's one of the only things that would be like, okay, I'm not really saving money. And you got to be in it for the long game to save the money.
It's hard if you have any kind of a relationship with your birds. It is hard to look at them simply as a food producing commodity.
Yeah, I don't. And I know you don't either. Yeah.
And so if you don't have that mindset, you're going to buy them treats and you're going to take, great care of them. You might buy some bedding plants to put around the run. You're going to enjoy doing these things because it's become part of your life. I mean, and so maybe one of the biggest reasons to have chickens is because it gives you this lifestyle that maybe you've been craving.
Yeah.
Outside, your animals, providing your food, all of those things that chicken ladies love so much.
A Friday night, sitting there in the sunset, having a drink with your
glass
chickens.
Of wine, watching your chickens. Or geese.
Yeah. It really, that factor of it is amazing. I watch the sunset with a little man all the time.
He's the perfect Friday night date.
He is. Except if he crows in your ear, you're screwed. So, I mean,
that hurts like you would not believe.
You can't hear for like 2 days after that. But I have my glass of wine. I'm sitting out there. It's the lifestyle. You have to be in for the lifestyle. And the lifestyle is good if you want to be in on it.
I would also say you need to like being outside, because if you don't like being outside, you're not going to enjoy keeping chickens.
In the bad weather, I'm always cussing under my breath like, oh my God, the worst weather, you're out there in it. Yeah. So just know all those factors. You're going to love them. You won't regret it. It's just a matter of if you're going to save money. That's where we're going with this.
I mean, I think we've given you the most accessible, cost-effective, minimal setup to start with if you really, really want to get started and your budget is like under $1,000.
So try chickens. You might like it.
Our friends at Good Eggs solved the age-old question of how should I wash my eggs?
They're chicken people just like us who created the original silicone egg scrubber.
Both Chrissy and I use their brush and natural enzyme wash every time.
It's a total game changer.
It makes cleaning eggs so much faster and easier. Plus, they have a lifetime guarantee.
Good Egg is a small family business right here in the U.S., and they donate 10% of all profit directly to folks affected by cancer.
Go check them out at goodeggstuff.co.
That's goodeggstuff.co. Tell them Chrisie&Holly sent you. Okay, so are we ready to move on to
cracking the eggs?
Cracking those eggs. Now, we've got travel fever, so this month our recipes are UK-themed, London-themed recipes. And this week we're going with
the Scotch Woodcock.
It's a name that makes me laugh every time. Sorry.
This is an English egg dish that dates back to the Victorian period and has absolutely nothing whatsoever to do with woodcocks or Scotch for that matter. It is essentially, I mean, you can have some Scotch on the side if you like your whiskey. It's essentially very creamy scrambled eggs served with butter and anchovies on toast.
Yummy.
There are plenty of variations out there. There are a lot of variations out there. But we came up with our own easy, simplified version. This is great for breakfast or brunch or honestly, even an easy dinner with a side salad or some veg.
Our recipes, we love to keep them simple so that you're able to do them quick and easily, and they're not intimidating.
Right.
Because if you see something that's really long and complicated, chances are you're going to be like, I don't have time for this, even if you want to.
Right.
So we always try to keep them now.
Yeah. Now, I will say that I honestly think that this would taste a little better with a goose or 2 duck eggs because of the higher fat content in the yolk.
Right.
But the first time I made it, I did it with chicken eggs and it was absolutely delicious. If you want the taste and none of the texture, the fishy texture of the anchovies, you can use anchovy paste or gentleman's relish, which is essentially the UK version of herbed and seasoned anchovy paste. So
for me, I use anchovy paste because I'm not one with the texture for,
I used to be so grossed out by the texture, but Pete does whole anchovies all the time. I've just gotten used to it.
Yeah.
But if it's kind of gross, mash them up, make a paste out of it. It works.
Exactly. So let's go over the ingredients that we're going to need for this recipe. We are going to need 2 slices of bread of your choice, any kind. I like a good rye. I love rye bread.
Oh, this would be great with rye.
Yeah.
I was doing my homemade white sandwich bread.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So butter, the gentleman's relish, 4 to 6 tablespoons of cream or full fat milk, 2 eggs, 6 drained anchovies chopped up a bit if you desire to do that, or chopped up and mixed into softened butter, and capers, which are optional, but capers are pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
Good.
They're pretty good. So you're going to grease or spray a small frying pan. In a small mixing bowl, you're going to whisk the cream or the full fat milk with your eggs until they're well scrambled. And if you want to add any herbs or seasoning, if you want to do a little salt and pepper at that point, that's where you want to put it in. Pour the eggs into the pan and stir them over low heat until they begin to cook. You're going to continue cooking them on that low heat, stirring them gently until they're just about cooked through and they're still creamy. Because the idea is to keep them very soft and creamy.
Oh, yeah.
Once your eggs are just about finished, you're going to toast your bread and then spread it generously with the butter or the gentleman's relish or the anchovy paste, whatever you're using. Cut each slice in half so you have triangles, toast triangles. Top the toast with the anchovies if you did not use any of the above mentioned things. Divide your scrambled eggs between the pieces of toast and serve. Now, a lot of recipes garnish with capers, or I saw a couple with sour cream or creme fraiche and chives, some parsley, whatever, to make it a little pretty. But it's essentially butter, anchovies or paste, and eggs, and that's it. The rest of it's window dressing or whatever else you want to change.
It's a great brunch for the table. Put it on. People can grab a little toast. It's awesome. Try it. You might like it. Let us know what you think.
You could probably cut your toast into even smaller triangles and set them out as kind of an appetizer tray.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. People will love it. Okay, so let's move on to retail therapy. Retail therapy. Yeah. This week's retail therapy, this is a listener request because we've talked about this before, but sometimes, things are like so many episodes ago that, hey, we can talk about it again because they're just fun and we love to talk about them. And this one is a request, and it's egg baskets because this is the time of year that you need the egg baskets. And let me tell you, you want to take a 5-minute vacation from life and go and just hit egg baskets and images, you can look at so many egg baskets online.
I was trying to type that in to a Google search. It was a text to you.
I just got a text from Holly about the knitted egg basket.
I was trying to look online and see if I could find a quick pattern.
I thought you were trying to remind me to talk about it because there's so many different ones. What's really big when you look them up right now are the Amish baskets, the wicker baskets. They're huge.
I was just in Goodwill this morning and I was looking at baskets in there and I saw a couple of wicker baskets and I saw baskets made of all kinds of things, including wire. And the reality is the world is your oyster when it comes to an egg basket. You just want to make sure it's strong enough to handle a bunch of eggs in it.
Right. And then you got something in there so those eggs aren't going to be crashing against each other as you walk with them and breaking the eggs because it will defeat the purpose. There's also egg baskets that you can put just on your counter or use to put your eggs out. There are the ones you can use to carry the eggs from the back. There are these new cloth baskets that actually have individual holes for the eggs. Some hold up to a dozen.
It's almost like a version of the egg collecting apron.
You're right, but it's a basket.
Yeah.
Yes. And then they're the ones that I love, I collect, are the ones that look like chickens. They look like hens, the baskets like that.
I have a few of them too. I love them, love them. And if you actually want to get into collecting decorative baskets, the chicken and chick and rooster shaped wire baskets are a great way to go.
Now, I found one that's on Etsy that's a flat basket that's shaped like a hen. That's really cool. This would be not one to carry, so you don't have handles.
This is a decorative one.
This is a decorative one so that if you want to do pretty pictures, if you want to display all your beautiful eggs, which we're proud of our eggs, we should want to display them because we've worked hard to take care of these chickens at the utmost best way to get these beautiful eggs. So why not put them out? We are the only country in the world that refrigerates eggs first off and foremost. So yes, keep them out on the counter in a beautiful basket. Show them off to your friends and family.
I have a confession to make.
What's that?
I have a lot of egg baskets. I have some really nice utilitarian wire baskets.
Oh yeah.
I've got the beautiful hen-shaped baskets. I've got some wicker. But you know the basket I use most often?
What's that?
My t-shirt. My neighbors probably see me running back to the house every night with my t-shirt pulled up, filled with eggs, running along.
I'm always laughing because sometimes we'll take the basket, but if there's three of us, the two girls and I, we stuff them in our pockets. So we're walking like with our hips looking super big with all these eggs. You have got
to watch that though, because you'll end up with a pocket omelet and that is nasty.
It's happened. It's so bad.
Me too.
All you have to do is Google egg basket images and it'll send you to Etsy, to eBay. Really, in the wild, the thrift store, the best place to get these baskets.
Absolutely. That's almost all. We have really nice ones that Neutrina gifted us. I've got a couple of wire ones that I just bought from the mill, our local feed store, that are just totally plain utilitarian.
Me too.
But all the good ones, all the fun ones and pretty ones, that's thrift shop. Now, I do see lots of patterns for knitted egg baskets. If you're a felter, you could probably make some felt out of wool if you want to do that too. But I might try my hand at whipping up a knitted egg basket.
That's awesome to do on the flight over to the UK while I'm sleeping.
I know I'm not going to be sleeping too. Like I have to work all night and you get to sleep on the way. What is that?
Oh man. Okay. So take that 5-minute vacation. Look up those egg baskets. Everywhere they are. Go to the thrift store. Have some fun. Search for them in the wild.
You know what I found?
Yard sales.
I just found a pattern. Now, it's a pattern on Etsy. You have to buy it, but it's a crochet 7-egg mini collecting basket. So literally, it's one of the ones you were talking about that have the individual spaces.
But it's knitted.
But for all our crocheters out there, that's a good one.
Okay, so should we tell everybody what we're going to be talking about next week?
Next week, we are spotlighting a new duck breed that is critically endangered. It's a fantastic American duck with a great story, yet it is called the Australian spotted duck.
Yes.
We're welcoming the wonderful Chrissie Ellis back to the show. We're going to be talking about ducklings because it is the season.
'Tis the season.
Quack, quack. Cracking the eggs. We're staying in the UK with some sticky toffee pudding.
Okie dokie.
And retail therapy. Just because I noticed that my TSC was sold out of it this morning, we're talking again about the Metzer Farms Vitamets water supplement for waterfowl. Amazing stuff.
You're going to need it. Okay, so what should we tell everyone to do until next week?
Hug your chickens, ducks, and geese.
Every day and kiss them too. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
If you'd like to see more of us, please follow us on Instagram at Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. If you'd like to help us grow the podcast, please leave us a written review on Apple Podcasts. If you'd like to become a patron of the show, please visit our Patreon page, patreon.com/coffeewiththechickenladies. Thanks for listening.